Hello and welcome to your J-Flight 267 BHS. Starting right up front, we have a light, just in case you need to hook up at night. You have your retract and extend for your power tongue jack. Right behind this little tab here, if this ever electrically goes out, you can pull this tab up, put a tool inside there, and then go ahead and manually override this. Coming to your propane tanks, you have this little black tab here that you can flip to either side that has an arrow on it that points to whatever propane tank it's going to take from. So once again, pointing this way, flip to the other side, it's pointing that way, so you can take propane from this tank here. You have your storage here. You have a little green tab on there that shows that your tires are going to be filled up with nitrogen. You are able to fill it with regular air. It does not inflate or deflate with temperature change. Going over to all of your sewer systems here. Just gonna start off with your outside shower. You have a hot and cold side along with your shower head down here. You have a black tank flush. This black tank flush, what it does is when you put a pressurized hose into here, this actually activates a sprinkler inside of the black tank, which helps flush out all the toilet paper and crud that may have gotten stuck on the way out. This is gonna be your city water connection. So going along with that, this is going to be what you do, or what you put your hose into when you pull up to the campground. So you get to the campground, go ahead, take that camp hose, put it in here. And what I do recommend getting actually is a water pressure regulator. The reason why I do recommend that is because campgrounds are pushing for a lot of people, so there's gonna be a lot of pressure. It just helps dumb down the pressure so it doesn't blow out your lines. Coming down here, you have your gray tank and your black tank. So this is going to be your showers and sinks. This is going to be your toilet. So what I do recommend doing is the black tank first, just to get all the solids out. So it'd be all the toilet paper and whatnot. Do the black tank first, then go ahead and do your black tank flush, just to give it another rinse, make sure everything's out. And then I recommend doing the gray tank last, just because this is the cleanest water out of these two. So this will actually give it one last little rinse and cleanse before you go ahead and put your hands on there to take the sewer hose off. Coming back here, if you have a TV outside, there's your cable and satellite input. This is going to be your camp power or your shore power here. Then up top it is backup camera ready. If you do in fact purchase a backup camera, all you do is unscrew that plate, plug in your backup camera, and then plug in the tablet it gives you into your cigarette lighter. Once it's in there, go ahead and turn on your running lights, and then once your running lights go on, it'll start to feed through. Alright, coming to your water heater, you have this little plug here, which goes onto this drain cover. It's also 1 1/16 socket if you really want to tighten it down. I'm just going to kind of set it on there just so you have an idea of what it looks like. But basically, to get this started, just go ahead and cap that up, make sure it's nice and tight. Go inside, turn on the hot side of the faucet. That faucet will sputter for a little bit, and that's just all the air getting pushed out of here and out of your faucet. Once you have a steady flow of water coming out of your faucet, go ahead and then turn on the water heater switch on the inside, which I'll show you. But once that's on, this will start to heat up and filter your water through it to make sure it's nice and warm. Water does get stagnant in here, so to empty it, all the pressure is built up. So go ahead, just empty the pressure. You'll hear it hiss. Once it's done hissing, go ahead, take your socket, pull this off, and then all the water will start to drain out of here. If you do put this back down, just go ahead and pull it back up, because then it'll start to come out faster here. Come into your outside fridge here. Go ahead and open this up. Well, outside fridge and sink. Obviously fridge here, sink here. Cupboards, hot and cold side. Coming to your exhaust or furnace exhaust here. So when you do turn on the furnace, all the excess air will come out of here. So this does get very hot. So if you have any little kids or someone who may not know in the area, just just go ahead, tell them do not touch this because they will get burned. Now their cable satellite for a TV, 110 outlet. This is going to be your fresh tank. So what this is this is just a big tank inside of your camper. If you do fill up, just through a gravity fill, you can take this water with you. Let's say you're going to camp in the middle of the woods, obviously no campground, and you need running water. Go ahead, fill this up before you go ahead and on that vacation. And then once you get out there, turn on the water pump, and that pump will actually push all of this water through your systems and give you running water, like out in the middle of nowhere. Coming down here, you have your fresh tank low point drain. So basically all that is let's say after your vacation, you still have excess water. Go ahead, turn that tab, and that will empty. Moving on to your stairs, make sure your door is going to be completely open. Otherwise, this little piece here will actually scrape up the side of your door. Go ahead, lift up. Once again, make sure. Once it's inside there, just go ahead, pull the blue tab. Make sure it's behind the door so it doesn't move. This is actually down, so to adjust it, you pull this tab, and then you can adjust it from there. I'm gonna need two hands, so I'm just gonna like this. There we go. So once it's all adjusted, go ahead, pull the blue tab, grab the handle, and lower. Make sure this is completely flush on either side, otherwise it will rip off this little free part along with the rubber seal behind it if you shut it. On your awning, you have a little black tab up top there. That black tab, all it is if you pull that off and you insert a tool on the inside, it's a manual override just in case the awning ever electrically goes out. Coming to the inside of your camper here, just to your left, you have all of your controls. The awning first. All right, you'll know you're fully extended when you see the little black bar appear. To pitch it for the rain, because you are gonna need to empty it at some point. Just go ahead, grab here and pull down. It'll lean one way, and then all the water will proceed to fall off that way. It claims you are able to run it in like this, but I recommend just leaving it like that. It's all personal preference. And then running it in. The reason why you want to stop there and not keep going, because it will actually roll in the opposite way and end up breaking. Coming back in, you have your right, on the far right side, you have your awning LEDs. Going to your slide. You know you're fully extended when you hear that little grinding gear noise. Then the left switch is also for the inside lights, which are able to toggle through a little button right in the middle there. Coming over to all of your readers. It's right at your battery. It just all reads how full everything is. So you have your fresh, black, and gray. This is the water pump, so this is what you're going to want to turn on when you fill up that fresh tank and take water out into the middle of nowhere. You flip that, and that will push water through your systems. And you also have two elements to your water heater. You have gas and electric. So just for example, you can do either one on your own. But let's say you just want to take a really hot shower. Go ahead and just turn both on at the same time, and then it'll start to come through. For your keys here, you have main doors along with your baggage doors. Coming to the radio here, tap to turn on. Obviously volume is one way or the other. And then if you click it, you can choose, go through all of the different, there we go. all the different equalizer buttons. You have zone 1, which are going to be your inside speakers. Zone 2, which are going to be your outside speakers, which you can individually turn off or just tap to mute. You have your Bluetooth, AM, FM, and aux here. And then once again, hold to completely turn off. Coming just on the inside here, you have your carbon monoxide detector. So you see that little green light that indicates that it's always on. Talking about it being always on, it's actually always on. It does not turn off. That just has a safety feature. So going forward, if you are going to leave your camper for about 3 to 4 days, I do recommend just taking the negative end off of your battery, because this will actually kill your battery. That little green light that I showed you, even if it's unplugged, it'll run off of your battery and actually kill it. So once again, with this always being on, that green light is always on. So if you're gonna leave your camper for about 3 to 4 days, just go ahead and take the negative end off of your battery, because then this will finally die. Going to your stove top and oven here. Obviously, lights on. You control it through this switch on the right side here. Always turn to the right. It even has an arrow, because if you turn to the left, it will actually snap off. But going forward with all 3 of these, it's just a push and turn. The gas will start to ignite, and then you just light it with this click. For the oven, I gotta just press in and turn to the little flame symbol. Once you see a tiny little flame appear in the back of the oven, then go ahead and adjust to your needed temperature. Just underneath it, you have your breakers and fuses. They're all gonna be labeled just like a house, and then I do recommend bringing extra fuses along with you. Would rather just be safe than sorry. Coming to your refrigerator and freezer here. This, if you hold, I'll turn it off real quick. Just beeps and turns off. Same goes for opposite, beeps and turns on. And then you'll adjust your temperature lower here, higher here. 5 is gonna be the coldest, 1 is just gonna be cold. These 2 indicate whether it's gonna be your refrigerator or your freezer that you're going to toggle the temperature for. This little night mode button, all it is makes the fridge quieter at night so you can sleep. Once again, lights that you click on and off. Coming to your toilet, it's a foot flush. All you do is press down. You are going to need solution along with RV grade toilet paper. That toilet paper will actually help break down easier, so it won't clog your lines, and the solution will help break down solids and smells. Coming up top here, you just pull and then adjust wherever you want your opening to go to. Then you have a little switch here. Go ahead and turn your fan on. While it's closed, just pull, bring it to wherever you want, and insert. Coming to your table here, I do recommend leaving it in the bed position, which I will show you for travel, just because if this is up and it starts to move, it'll start to wobble, and then this will actually start to warp. Coming to your bed here, also just make it this little corner, it goes right in here, and then this, same goes for here. Go ahead and tuck it in, then your bed will be made. And for your poles, I just throw them in there. It just so it doesn't end up rolling around your camper, or you can put them somewhere specific. But that's all good. Coming to your bed here to make this, or your couch here to make this a bed, just go ahead, lift up underneath and pull, and it'll fold down just like this. And to do the opposite, to put your couch back, just lift up, give it a little bit of pressure going in, and it will fold right back to where it was. For TV, cable set out here, 110. And then there's a little wood piece underneath that if you lift up, you can access all of your extras here. It's hard to push down, so just go ahead, do that, and then your bed will slide forward. Just move it back until it's flush against the wall. For your AC, if you open it, obviously it'll start to come out of here. When you close it, it will actually start to fan through the other, there we go, the other vents in the ceiling. So once again, close, it goes through the vents, open, it's just a dump.